Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanang Namaskritam Naranchaiva Narottamam Deving Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudirayen. Nashta prayeshu yavadreshu nitam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama sloke bhaktir bhavati naistiki. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So today Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the chapter 8, the chapter name is Attaining the Supreme. Text 4. There are some sound is coming. Thank you, Mataji, thank you. So today's text is number 4. And attaining the Supreme. This chapter is most nice chapter, and this is for us actually. Adi bhuta karo bhava purushascha adi dvaivatam adi jaggam aham eva atra dehi dahabritam varam. Adi bhuta karo bhava purushascha adi dvaivatam adi jagga aham eva atra dehi dahabritam varam. Adibhuta kharo bhava purushascha adidvaivatam adi jagga aham eva atra dehi dahabritam varam. Synonyms: adibhutam, the physical manifestation. Khara, constantly changing. Bhava, nature. Purusha, the universal form, including all the demigods like the sun and moon. Cha, and Odi Doivatam, called Odi Doiva. Odi Jagnoi, the supersoul. Aham, I, Krishna. Eva, certainly. Atra, in this. Dehi, body. Dehi Britam, of the embodied. Bara, O best. So translation and purport written by Srila Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation: O best of the embodied beings, the physical nature, which is constantly changing, is called Adibhuta, the material manifestation. The universal form of the Lord, which includes all the demigods, like those of the sun and moon, is called Adidvaiva. And I, the Supreme Lord, represented as the Supersoul in the heart of every embodied being, am called Adi Jagna, the Lord of Sacrifice. So this from this translation and from this text, it mentioned there are 3 words more important. What are the words? Adi Bhuta, Adi Doiva, and Adi Jagna. So after reading the purport, we will discuss more deeply these 3 words. Today's class on that. So purport. The purport, the physical nature is constantly changing. Material bodies generally pass through 6 stages. They are born, they grow, they remain for some duration, they produce some byproducts, they dwindle, and then they vanish. This physical nature is called Adibhuta. Now it is understand what is the Adibhuta. So we will discuss more elaborately. Then continues the purport. I just divide it is a big purport, just divide it into 3 slides. So this is the second slide. It is created at a certain point and will be annihilated at a certain point. The conception of the universal form of the Supreme Lord, which includes all the demigods and their different planets, is called Adidvaita. And present in the body along with the individual soul is the supersoul, a plenary representation of Lord Krishna. The supersoul is called the Paramatma or Adijagna and is situated in the heart. So we got the definition of 3 words. What are the 3? Adibhuta, Adidvaita, and Adijagna. The word Eva is particularly important in this text of this verse because by this word the Lord stresses that the Paramatma is not different from him. The Supersoul, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, seated beside the individual soul, is the witness of the individual soul's activities and is the source of the soul's various types of consciousness. This is the 3rd slide for the purport. The supersoul gives the individual soul an opportunity to act freely and witnesses his activities. The functions of all these different manifestations of the Supreme Lord automatically become clarified for the pure Krishna conscious devotee engaged in transcendental service to the Lord. The gigantic universal form of the Lord called Adidvaita is contemplated by the neophyte who cannot approach the Supreme Lord in his manifestation as Supersoul. The neophyte is advised to contemplate the universal form or Virat Purusha, whose legs are considered the lower planets, whose eyes are considered the sun and moon, and whose head is considered the upper planetary system. The Om Ajnanantimiranjasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militang Jena Tashmai Sri Gurave Namam Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitang Jena Bhutale Shayangarupa Kadamayam Dadati Padantikam Bandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Pada Kamala Sri Guru Vaishnavangscha Sri Rupang Shagra Jatang Shahagana Raghunatanitam Tang Shajivam Shadhoitam Shavadutam Purijanan Shahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Shahaganan Lalita Sri Vishakanitamishcha. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagat Pate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapto Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Shute Devi Pranamami Hare Prem Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhaya Patitanang Pavanebho Vaishnavebho Namo Namo Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So now we will discuss on this text. So in this text, that is the actually Arjuna inquired to Lord. That is, hey Lord, please tell me about the Brahma, about Adhyatma, about Karma, about Adi Bhuta, about Adi Daiva, about Adi Jagna, and Prayana Kala. These are the 7 points we will discuss today, and which is related with this text. Now, Krishna slowly answering Arjuna's questions. That is, what is Brahman? The Jiva, the indestructible, transcendental living entity separated from the material body, is called Brahman. Now, who we are? We are Jiva. And who we are the soul. We are not a body. Right? From our body is a material body. And it is separated, our indestructible, transcendental living entity. Who is soul? Soul is Shat Chit Ananda, and which cannot be cut, which cannot be weighed, which cannot be born. It is indestructible. In Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, it explained what is the definition of the soul. So we are that soul, and which is different from the material body is called the Brahman. What is Adhyatma? Adhyatma, it is Shabhava. Shabhava means the what is activity, nature. So the eternal nature or the impressions that accompany the jiva and govern the body, called Adhyatma, the self. What does it mean? That is, what kind of shabhava? Suppose everybody has different kind of attitude. Somebody has serving attitude. Somebody has deity worship attitude. And some materialistic person has the attitude how to earn money and how to cheating the people and how to killing the people. In Bangladesh recently, these materialistic people, they attacked our ISKCON temple and our founder Acharya A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada deity was burnt, as well as they looted all the monies, all the paraphernalia they looted and killed 3 persons. How killed? Very brutally. They, with the big knife, they cut 2 persons was torturing and he was killed. And the others, they killed and threw it into the water near the pond. So these are the asuras. These are the material, very much a materialistic person. So their shabab to kill the people, to kill, to damage the other temples, then looted and cheating, all kinds of nonsense things they used to do that. That is the shabab. So here the eternal nature, our eternal nature, or the impressions that accompanying the jiva, what we are carrying, right, and govern the body. This soul directed our body. When we are driving, soul always wake up and tell us that, hey, wake up, drive nicely. There is a traffic light, red light, stop it. This is the, he was saying, that is called the Adhyatma. That is the self. Soul is the self. And what is karma? The fruitive activities of the jiva that lead to transmigration from one material body to another body. So that is fruitive activities. That is also discussed in third chapter of Bhagavad Gita. That is karma yoga. That is the fruitive activities, which is the activities of the jiva that lead to transmigration from one material body to another. Suppose if we, what we called death, actually, is there any death? Yes, in materialistically we call that death. Actually, we transfer, that is our soul transformed from old body to new body. Similarly, one body to another body. That is as and what kind of body I can get it depends on my karma fall. That is the karma. So now what will be that person who killed our devotees in ISKCON temple brutally? What will be his karma fall? If right decision taken by the judge, he should be hanged. That is his karma fall. So what is Adibhuta? Adibhuta, it is the Prakriti. Prakriti kriyamanani gunakarmani sarvasha ahankara vigunatma kattaha iti manyate. Srimad Bhagavad Gita. The constantly changing shara, physical world or material body consisting of material elements. That means that if I changed this body and if I go another body, so this body is material body, that transferred into another body, that is also a material body. So that is the chakravat parivartante shukani cha dukani cha. They're like that. Chakra, just like a cycle, we are changing from one body to other, one body to other, one body to another. So this is due to the karma fall. Then Lord Krishna answers to Arjuna's question. He is continuing, that is, what is Adi Doiba? Adi Doiva is the Virat Purush. We know that Virat Purush in Jagantika Purush, and 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita is also Vishwarup, that is. So the gigantic universal form, which includes all the demigods and their planets. So this month is a Kartik month. So when Krishna, Damodar was taking the mart, then Jashoda Mai became angry. And what happened? Then Krishna, she was trying to take it out the mart from his mouth. Then Krishna, Damodar, opened his mouth. Then Jashodama was seen that Vishnu, that Lord Vishnu. So Krishna showed Vishnu in 2, 3, 4 persons. That is, and similarly, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also showed 3 persons the Vishnu. So in the gigantic universal forum, the demigods and all the planets is there in the gigantic form. So as because they came from the they came from Lord. For that reason, they are residing in the gigantic form. Who is Adi Japna? That is, Adi Japna is an Paramatma. I, the enjoyer of all sacrifices. As for example, every Saturday, our Shinhasha Prabhuji, he is doing the Japna in ICNJ. So that is what is Japna? Japna is the sacrifice. All that is all the seeds, sesame seeds, and then paddy, and all the fruits also in the sacrificing. That in the Japna. What is Japna? Japna is a Vishnu himself in Japna. So the fire of the Japna is the Vishnu's eyes. This is Japna. So the enjoyer of all sacrifices, the Supreme Lord, represented as super soul. So that is he is a super soul. The Paramatma is a super soul. Where Paramatma resides everybody's heart. Right? And how Paramatma it is a Shiradakshai Vishnu. So in our body, there are 2 personalities in our body. One personality is our soul, other is the Paramatma. Both resided in the region of the heart. So the Paramatma by size is bigger than the soul. In Shastra, it was mentioned that the Paramatma size is a thumb, the top tip of the thumb size. That is, and he is watching what the soul is doing. So that is the Paramatma. So how is Adi Japna known in the body? Yes, in the heart of everybody's being. As the regulator, I inspire performance of sacrifices and other acts. So how can those engaged in devotion and service know you at the time of death? Now the question arises, what is the death? And during that time, what soul was uttering. That is, we will discuss more deeply on this. That is, whatever state of being one remembers when he quits his body, that state he will attain without fail. That in Bhagavad Gita, Prayana Kali Manasha Chalena, there is a one text. So it is that Prayana Kali, and during that time, Manasha means mind. Chalena, that means a mind, that is soul. It's going. At that time, what I need to do. So at that time, remembering the what at that time, what is the recommended? The recommendation is that remembering Krishna at the time of death. So one second. Remembering Krishna at that is the Antakalesha Mameva Smaran Mukta Kolevaram. Kolevar means that body. Antakalesha, at that during that time. Antakalesha Mameva, Mam, me, that is soul. Mameva Smaran, what I am remembering. That Antakalecha Mame Veshmaram Mukta Kolevaram Jo Prayati Shamat Bhavam Jati Nastasta Sangshaya. So if during the living time, soul, if we chant Hare Krishna, if we remember Krishna's Rupa, Krishna's Guna, Krishna's Lila, then we will positively go back to his abode, Golokdam. The general law of destination after death, that is also, it was mentioned in the next text, that is, Jam Jam Vapi Smaranam Vapam, Tyajatante Kalevaram, Tang Tame Boite Kontaya, Sada Tat Bhava Bhavitum. Jam Jam Vapi, Jam Jam Vapi. At that time, who, same thing, who changed the body, going, leaving the body, that Atma, he will think. He is thinking during his living, he was thinking about Krishna, and after leave, he will continue to think about the Krishna. That is. Then thinking Krishna always. That is Tashmat Sarveshu Kaleshu Mamushmaran Juddacha Madhya Pita Mano Buddhi Mama Bushusha Samshaya. That what does it mean? Hey Arjun, you always remember, try to always remember me. And then your duty to do the war. I am telling you, I will take care of everything. You should fight. This is my instruction to you. Then, how we can, during our death, how can we remember Lord Krishna? That time is very, very painful. That means that the soul and Paramatma, when come out, it was very, 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 very painful at that time. So that pain will be higher than the chanting, remembering Krishna. This is the point in here. Which one would be the less, which would be the prominent, higher prominent? The higher prominent should be that the Ashmaran. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Whatever it is been. I saw our one Maharaj in Gitanagari. He has a cancer. So then before he was suffering a lot. I saw on my own eye. So during the all the times he wrote a book, he was chanting, he gave the lecture also at that time. His name is Bhakti
Bhakti Tirth Maharaj.
Bhakti Tirth Maharaj. Thank you, Prabhuji. Bhakti Tirth Maharaj. The day he will pass away, 2 days before maybe, I was there. And during the Ratha Jatra also, I saw him, how painful he was, and how deep lecture he was providing. That so that should be. So the pain is there, and what during the pain time, what we should remember? We should remember Lord Krishna. So how can it be possible? That's the question. That is the main thing in the today's class, actually. So that now remembering Krishna, there are different process. In yogis, they are they're doing actually pranayam. They do the Ashtanga Kriya Yoga and pranayam. So in between the eyes, there is their soul go out during in between the eyes, and some are go out on the top of the head. At that time, that is the yogis, they do that. And yogis, it is in a certain period of time, they leave the body. Yogi can do that. But whatever it is for the bhakta, pure bhakta, that is, whatever it is, bhakta always should be ready. Always should be, whatever it is. Okay, Krishna's name should be there. Mahamantra should be there. So Krishna's abode is attainable by Ananya Bhakti. Ananya Bhakti means always serving Lord in, and always chanting, always preaching. That is the Ananya Bhakti. Always 24 hours. It should be. Anya Vilashita Shunyam Jnana Karma Dhyanabhitam Anukulyana Bhakti Uchate. So this is the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. It was mentioned in there. Then attaining Krishna is easy by Kevala Bhakti. Ananya Cheta Shatatam. What does it mean? That is Kevala Bhakti. Who has the Kevala Bhakti? Only, as for example, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada is a Kevala Bhakta. Yeah, they're a topmost pure soul, pure bhakta. Then they always, during the, we saw the video, that is the during the, before leave the body, Srila Prabhupada was translating Bhagavatam. That, so that is the Kabbalah Bhakti, they can do that. No Vartaka for pure devotees. Then what happened? Mam upatta punajjarma dukkalaya mashashatam. Then this is the dukkalaya mashashatam, this place. So we don't want to take any birth. So how it can be possible? This is the way only to chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Chant as much as possible. Practice makes him perfect. So when if we continually the practice, at that time we do not know when I will die, when we will die. So at that time also we can chant. That's the success. Practice makes him perfect. That is the perfectness. Then Rivatika is in all planets except Krishna's abode. A Brahma bhuta, that is the a Brahma Bhuvanan Loka, Brahma Bhuvanan Loka. So that means that rebirth. Today's Bhagavatam class, I was mentioned that is Mahan Loka, that is the on top of the lokas, that is Brahma created 14 lokas. Above the 14 lokas, there are 4 more lokas. So that 4 more lokas never ever inhalated. The 14 lokas are inhalated after one day of Brahma. So in that is the Brahma, that is the Bhukunta Loka and Golok Vrindavan never ever inhalated. So that is at that time, that is people, the pure devotee can go there. So Supreme Lord is the purest of the pure. The word Ashmaran, remembering, is important. Remembrance of Krishna is not possible for the impure soul who has not practiced Krishna consciousness in devotional service. Very, very carefully, if we do the service, be Krishna consciousness. Shayana Shapane Nidra Jagarane, Laho Krishna Nam. Krishna Pita, Krishna Mata, Krishna Bhagavan. Narottam Das Thakur mentioned that. Yeah? Krishna is everything. So that is the Ashmaran. Therefore, one should practice Krishna consciousness from the very beginning of life. If one wants to achieve success at the end of his life, the process of remembering Krishna is essential. Now you see, how can we remember Krishna's name? That is the practice from the beginning. When somebody is born son or daughter, from that time, give the Krishna's name to them. Then, in the whenever they will die, at that time they can chant Krishna's name. So they can go to the abode of Krishna. They should not come back again. Therefore, one should constantly, incessantly chant the Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. At the end of one's life, one can have the full benefit of Krishna consciousness. Here, one life, this life. Srila Prabhupada, somebody asked questions to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, I do not know how many lives I have to come and go. Then what can we do? Srila Prabhupada immediately, very emphasized literally, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 3 times he was telling. It will take only within 1 minute. You can go back to Golokdam. In this life. So that assurance Srila Prabhupada given to us. Now we don't need to be afraid that where we are in a ship, that is Srila Prabhupada's ship. Srila Prabhupada is taking care of us. And our duty, whatever Srila Prabhupada instructed us, to follow his instructions. only to follow his instruction. He was also mentioned that. He was also mentioned that follow 4 regulatory principles and at least 16 rounds, and that's it enough. You can go back to Gurukdam. Srila Prabhupada mentioned that. So we have to respect the instructions as well as follow the instructions of our Acharya. So how can one die in proper state of mind? That is, the pure devotee can do that. How? Example, Bharat Maharaj ka hoyen, during his left the body, he was thinking about the deer. Then he became a deer. Though he became a deer, he has that first life qualities he has. Right? So be careful. We have to wear desire that Lord Krishna is our everything. Krishna is everything. Krishna Pita, Krishna Mata, Krishna Hanapati, Krishna Vine Bhavan Nave Nari Yanyapati. Krishna is everything. For that reason, Srila Prabhupada appeared in this material world and came at the age of 71 to New York City and to save us. Not for Srila Prabhupada, to save us. Somebody asked Srila Prabhupada, at the old days, why did you come here to earn money? Then Srila Prabhupada mentioned that I don't need money. He has only $5 or $7, which is nothing at that time. So I came in here to give something to you. You are uncivilized. I came here to become civilized in this material world. How a strong talk Srila Prabhupada made. So that is, so if in one's present life, one lives in the mode of goodness and always thinks of Krishna, it is possible for one to remember Krishna at the end of one's life. And that will help one to be transferred to the transcendental nature of Krishna. So here, that means there are 3 modes of nature. So we should always try to stay in the mode of goodness. It is very difficult, but if we do the practice, we can do that. But association will be required. In that case, association, good association will be required. So if one is transcendentally absorbed in Krishna's service, then his next body will be transcendental, spiritual, not material. Therefore, the chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare is the best process for successfully changing one's state of being at the end of one's life. So that life, so when if we live during that time, if we chant Hare Krishna, then the next time, that means our soul, it will be a transcendental, not materialistic. It will be a spiritual. So always think of me, on me. So so that is, therefore, Arjuna, you should always think of me in the form of Krishna, and at the same time carry out your prescribed duty of fighting with your activities dedicated to me and your mind and intelligence fixed on me. You see, Krishna, how he mentioned, he showed all the way. He showed the process. We are the Muda. We do not follow his Lord Krishna's instruction. Here he was mentioned that with your activities dedicated to me, all the work sacrificed to me, and I will take care of you. Your mind, then what happened? Your mind and intelligence fixed on me. And that means automatically it will be, if we surrender, Sarvadharma Parityajya Mamakam Sharanam Bhaja, then everything will be fixed on him. You will attain me without doubt. There is no doubt about it. You can attain me. This is the nutshell of this, our process of life, how we maintain our life. He who meditates on me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his mind constantly engaged in remembering me, undeviated from the path, he, oh Partha, is sure to reach me. That is the assurance he was given. Krishna assured us, always everything surrender on me, I will take care of you. So Lord Krishna stresses the importance of remembering him. One's memory of Krishna is revived by chanting the Mahamantra Hare Krishna. By this practice of chanting and hearing the sound vibration of the Supreme Lord, one's ear, tongue, and mind are engaged. So when we chant always, then our tongue, our ear, and our mind engaged again in the service of Lord Krishna. That is, to chanting is also a devotional service. This mystic meditation is very easy to practice. Wherever, Shayane, Shapane, Nidra Jagarane, at that time, whatever you can go, you can chant. There is no obstruction. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu given that certification, clearance. And it helps one attain the Supreme Lord. Purusham means enjoyer. Although living entities belong to the marginal energy of the Supreme Lord, they are in material contamination. So we are the jivas, we are have a material contamination. We have a lot of contaminations. So to relieve from this contamination, always association with the devotees and chant as much as possible and follow all the rules and regulations given by Srila Prabhupada. Nothing else to think. Only this is our job. Now, what we discussed, the 15 slides we discussed, now the conclusion is here. There are to remember the main, what is the main point? How to remember Lord Krishna. That is that. So always chanting, engage our tongue, engage our Shravan Jantra, that means hearing, so everything we need to be engaged in the service of Lord Krishna. So here the conclusion is in here that 9 ways of remembering Krishna. That means Kabim, omniscient, knower of past, present, and future. So we know that Krishna is the first, present, and future. Krishna is the everything. Then Puranam, beginningless or the oldest. Anushashitaram, the controller of everything. We know that. Anajamamsham, smaller than the smallest. Then Sarvusya Datharam, the maintainer of everything. He is the everything. Achinta, inconceivable. Rupam, he is so beautiful with a beautiful personal form. Aditya, Varanam, luminous like the sun and self-revealing. Tamasha, Parastat, the transcendental to material nature, full of ignorance. So this way, these 9 ways of remembering Krishna. So it is a straight way. Srila Prabhupada mentioned that, and Narottam Das Thakur, also our acharyas also mentioned that. That is that how we remember, just chant all the times, and all the time we remember him, and serve and Lord deities and his associates. The devotee association serving that. So in this way, if we engaged ourselves in the service of Lord, then we always remember that. And Srila Prabhupada given very nice uh, instructions. That is that he made ISKCON in such a way that 4:30 Mangalarati, then Tulsi Arati, then 2 hours chanting, then the Guru Puja, then Bhagavatam class, then Prasad eating, then the other devotional service. Then in the evening time is also Gaur Arati, then association with the devotees, take prasadam, go bed early, 9 o'clock. Then woke up again 4 o'clock and go to the temple, Mangalarati. This is the procedure, how nice procedure Srila Prabhupada given to us. So if we do not follow, that is our fault. We have to come back again, chakra, cycles, birth, death, and old disease. So we should be very careful for our life. Our life means that to serve Krishna. We are the servant of him. Krishna Jivero Swarup Hai, Nitya Krishna Das. We are the servant of him. So I am concluding in here. Is there any questions or anything that we can discuss in here?
Yeah, thank you so much, Dattatreya Proji. So much, such a wonderful class. Loads of wonderful points, that instructions, which is very,
That is
very
your mercy,
useful.
Prabhuji. Your mercy,
Not my
your
mercy.
your mercy, doing great devotees mercy, Prabhuji. Otherwise, it is not possible.
So much. Thank you
Really.
so. So, dear devotees, yeah, this is a question answer section. If you have any questions, please open up and let's discuss. And then after that, we'll have the Damodar Ashtagam. And please prepare as well. Anybody would like to comment? Any reflections?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Dattatreya Prabhu, wonderful class, a lot of information. I had just one question. You were talking about remembering Krishna at the time of death. So, what happens if somebody just passes off when a person is sleeping? Because my biggest fear is when I like sleep at the first half, I'm so exhausted that at that time I there's no consciousness of anything. And the moment I wake up, then it's all like I'm thinking about Krishna during the day and like the moment I wake up. But at that time when I sleep, especially the first half, I don't know where I am, especially if I'm exhausted. So what happens if I die during that time?
Thank you, Mataji. Very nice question. And it is practical question, actually. I appreciate your thought. I appreciate that means you are already in advanced stage.
No, 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 Prabhuji, that's not, no. No, no,
your
no.
soul will not leave when you are sleeping, Mataji. That means that
That's my biggest fear because, like, what is
no,
that? Because, when you are
advanced,
tired,
yeah,
so
advanced
I
soul.
try, Prabhuji, I try reading something. I try looking at, like listening to Kirtan or reading something before I sleep. But then again, when I'm tired, then at that time, at least for 2-3 hours or 3-4 hours, I don't know where I am. Honestly, it's just deep. So, and after I wake up again, like the first thought is Krishna's thought, but that is consciously I am thinking about, but unconsciously I don't know. At that time, I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. That when I asked that question a while back also, some
Mataji.
Maharaj or something.
Okay, Mataji. Whatever I understand, we have the two bodies. One is the material body, other is the subtle body, right? What is the sleeping? We have to understand that what we are sleeping. Suppose if we go to the hospital, doctors will operate, right? So at that time, what a doctor inject us, that is the anesthesia. What the function of the anesthesia? Anesthesia function is just to cool down the subtle body. So this subtle body is that is called the subtle, and the stop the subtle body activities, stop activities of the subtle body is called the sleeping, right? Though you can, so at those who are super soul, that means those who are advanced devotee, they always the practice, they always the Krishna, Krishna. That though their subtle body is not working, that is fine. Soul is also working. That is they are chanting Hare Krishna. So don't worry, practice as much as possible Hare Krishna. And don't worry, you will not be leave your soul when you are sleeping. You will awaken and you can see the beauty of Lord Krishna. And in Vrindavan, Krishna was playing the flute. Krishna was doing the Rasa Lila. You can see it during
Thank
the.
you, Prabhuji, for giving me hope.
Yeah, that is don't worry. That is the subtle sleeping is subtle body is the weakness of the subtle body sleeping. So I think our Shinsha Prabhuji, he will import some more information also. That is whatever.
Simeshwar Prabhu is way, way advanced. Prabhupada comes into his dreams, tells him to do all the services. Simeshwar Prabhu is way, way advanced. So Krishna is coming in his dreams also. And even Prabhupada telling him what to do.
Yeah. So this is what about my.
I would give one example. Sugamari Mataji, Dattatreya Prabhuji's Mataji.
Yes.
Remember that Mataji was here in Piscataway. We were living there.
I know. I know very well. Yes.
Yeah. So Mataji is admitted to the hospital one day, and then Mataji, I think Mataji became unconscious or some surgery or something. I don't know what it was. I think it's surgery or something like that. Mataji was unconscious, but the doctor was saying that even during that time, doctor didn't know what Mataji was saying or uttering something like that. So Mataji was saying something, uttering. And it was about, doctor was curious because of it was, like a Lord's name, something like that. So then,
Madan Mohan.
yes, then the doctor asked Prabhuji what is Mataji was saying. So Mataji is chanting, saying, even in that anesthesia, that, unconscious state, Mataji was saying Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan. Mataji was very nicely serving the deities. So this the situation is the subconscious or the mind or subconscious mind. It is there. During even the sleep, the subconscious mind works actively. And Krishna also promises that who is a devotee, I will make sure that in the beginning of this chapter, the class, maybe in the last class, I think the last chapter, Krishna is promising one who is full conscious of me, right? This 30th verse on the last chapter, 7th chapter, one who is full of conscious of me, and at the time of death, he will make sure that I will make sure that he attains me. So Krishna will make sure that even if one person practicing Krishna consciousness, they will have such a death. And many times soul, even at the state of coma, the soul is conscious and what is happening around us. In the case of Radhashyam Mataji, the Dirgovinda Puji's Mataji, Radhashyam Mataji was in cancer in the hospital. We were all there. And Mataji was just half an hour ago. Mataji was in coma, but just half an hour ago, before passing, she became conscious, and devotees were singing Narasimharadi. Mataji was seeing, there was pictures of Lord Krishna. Mataji was looking at the picture, and just 30 minutes, 20 minutes ago, and listening Kirtana and smiling to everyone. And then after that, she passed away. So, these are all wonderful truth. And no matter what, I mean, sleeping or so Krishna is seated in our heart. So it doesn't matter whether we are in the sleep or in any conditions, but Krishna will take that soul because of Krishna is there. So he, never sleeps. We may be ignorant, we may be sleeping, all our life, but Krishna is never. He is always awake. He is watching. He is seeing what we do. Definitely, even at the one who practices, even at the time of sleeping or in the coma, but Krishna will take care of that devotee. Krishna promises, I will take care of that devotee, isn't it? So we should take that. That's very, that's a verdict of Krishna. So we should always remember that. One who practices Krishna, Krishna will always remember such devotee at the time of death. Yep.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for giving me hope. Thank you.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. It's not. We should believe into that. We should take that as a verdict. That's a fact. So many people were, liberated. So many. Okay, wonderful, very nice. Anything else? Otherwise, we can go to the Damodara Ashtakam. Is that okay? Okay, so let me share the Damodara Ashtakam. So who is going to sing today?
Okay, I can sing, Prabhuji, with the harmonium. It will be okay.
Oh yeah, of course. And the way we do actually, Prabhuji, we will sing the first two words, and then we go to we read the translation, and then we again recite the second verse. We read the translation like that. Yeah, you can do that. Please go ahead.
Okay, Prabhuji. Please instruct me. Then you already instructed me. I will follow your instruction.
So this, yeah, I think everybody is able to see it, the screen.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
One second, Prabhuji. My tone is a little different than the regular tone, Prabhuji. Namami Sharam Sachidanandarupam Lasata Kundalanga Kole Brajamanam
Namamishwaram Sachidanandarupam Lasatkundalam Gokule Brajamanam
Yashodiyolo Polabdhavumanam Paramishtamatan Tato Druta Gopam
Yashodabhiyolu Khaladhavamanam Paramrishtamatyandodo Drutya Gopya. So somebody can read the translation now.
To the Supreme Controller, who possessed an eternal form of blissful knowledge, whose glistering earrings swing and to and fro, who's manifested himself in Gokula, who's stolen the butter that the gopi kept hanging from the rafter of their storerooms, and who then quickly jump up and run in a retreat in the fear of Madhur Yashoda, but was ultimately caught. To that Supreme Lord Sri Damodar, I offer my humble obeisances.
Yeah, go ahead, Dattatreya.
Rudam Rudam Tam Muhurneta Jugalami Jantam Karamboja Juganenam Shatam Tanetram
Rudandam Muhurnetra Yugmam Richandam Karambojayukmena Sadanganetam
Mushwashakam Patri Rekanko Kanto Sita Brahmanamoda Brahmati Bodha
Muhushwasakamba Trirekanga Kanda Stidagrevam Dhamodaram Bhakbadham.
Upon seeing his mother's whipping stick, he cried and rubbed his eyes again and again with his two lotus hands. His eyes were fearful and his breathing quick, and as Mother Yashoda bound his belly with ropes, he shivered in fright and his pearl necklace shook. To this Supreme Lord, Sri Damodara, I offer my humble obeisances.
Ididrika Sharira Virananda Kunde Sarvoshani Majantam Akapayantam
Ididriksolilabhirananda kunde Sughosham nimachandam akhyapayandam.
Tadishitageshu Bhaktirjitatam Puna Premastastam Shata Priti Bhande
Tadiyeshridasnesho bhaktirjitatam Una prema tasada vritti vande. Wait.
Those super.
Those.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, Mataji, you go ahead. That's fine.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Those super excellent pastimes of Lord Krishna babyhood drowned the inhabitants of Goluka in pools of
not that
ecstasy.
one.
No, that one. That is correct. Third one.
That's correct.
That's correct.
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead, Mataji, from the beginning. Those
super excellent pastimes of Lord Krishna's babyhood drowned the inhabitants of Golukas in pools of ecstasy. To the devotees who are attracted only to his majestic aspects of Narayana in Vaikuntha, the Lord there herein reveals, I am conquered and overwhelmed by pure loving devotion. To the Supreme Lord Damodar, my obeisance hundreds and hundreds of times.
Thank you, Mata. Sorry, Mataji. Please forgive me.
No,
Yes,
Prabhuji, that's okay.
In my paper, it was different,
No,
different.
Prabhuji.
Yeah, go ahead. Go
Forgive
ahead,
me.
Prabhu. Yeah.
Moksha moksha bodhigvam na chayna prene hum more sadapya.
Varam deva moksham na moksham vadim va na chanyam vrineham sadapiha.
Idam te vapurnatam gopalo bala. Sarvame manasya virastam kimanno.
Idam deva bhurnada gopala balam sadha me manasya virashram kimanye.
Oh
Oh
Lord.
Lord, all go ahead.
No, Mataji, go ahead.
O Lord, although you are able to give all kinds of benedictions, I do not pray to you for liberation, nor eternal life and Vaikuntha, nor any other boon. My only prayer is that your childhood pastimes may constantly appear in my mind. O Lord, I do not even want to know your feature of Paramatma. I I simply wish that your childhood pastimes may ever be enacted in my heart.
Yeah.
Idam te mukham bojam atyanta niloin vitam kuntaloy snigdha raktishta gopam.
Idam de mukhambojam natdanile hridam kundalai snigdharaktasya gopya.
Muhushchumbitam bimbarakadaram me manasya virastam amaram lakshalabhoy.
Mohuschumvidam bimbarakadharam me manasya virashram kalam lakshalabhe. Please read. Go ahead,
Oh Lord.
Satyabhama.
Oh Lord, the cheeks of your blackish lotus face, which is encircled by the lock of curling hair, have become reddened like bimba fruits due to Mother Yashoda's kisses. What more can I describe than this? Millions of opulences are of no use to me, but may this vision constantly remain in my mind.
Namo Deva Damodarananta Vishnu Prasida Prabhu Jala
Namo Deva Damodhara Nanda Vishnu Prasida Prabho Dukha Jalabhimagnam.
Vipatrishe Vishtati Dinambotano Vihare Shamamagam Adakshidrisha
वृष्टिवृष्याधिदिनं वदानो ग्रहणे क्षमामस्नं दक्षिदृश्या. Please read what is those who are not read. Sudhagar Prabhu, Shweta Mataji,
O
Janaki
Nandini,
Mataji.
O Master, O Lord, please be pleased upon me. I am drowning in an ocean of sorrow and am almost like a dead man. Please shower the rain of mercy on me, uplift me, and protect me with your nectarian vision.
कुबेरात्मजौ बद्धमूर्तैव यद्वा त्वयामोचितौ भक्तिभजौ कृतौ च.
Tata prema bhakti shakame prajashcha namo chikrahasti damodaya.
तदा प्रेम भक्तिं शोकमे प्रयच्छ नमो शीघ्रहो मे दामोदरेह.
O Lord Damodara, in your form as a baby, Mother Yashoda bound you to a grinding stone with a rope for tying cows. You then freed the sons of Kuvera, Manigreva, and Nalakuvera, who were cursed to stand as trees, and you gave them the chance to become your devotees. Please bless me in this same way. I have no desire for liberation into your effulgence. Hare Krishna.
Namaste Stodame Spuradipti
Namaste Sudhamne Spuradiptidamne Todhiyodharayadha Vishwasya Dhamne
Namo Radhikaya Vitadiya Priyaya Hoy Namo Bhaktanaya Devaya Tupa
Namo Radhikaya Todiya Priyaye Namo Nandalilaya Yam. Go ahead, Janaki Mataji.
O Lord, the entire universe was created by Lord Brahma, who was born from your abdomen, which was bound with a rope by Mother Yashoda. To this rope I offer my humble obeisances. I offer my obeisances to your most beloved Srimati Radharani and to your unlimited pastimes. Shri
Jai.
Radha Damodar ki jai.
Jai.
Shri Yashoda Maiya ki jai.
Jai.
Jayo Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Radhe
Jai Radha Damodar Radha Damodar Radhe.
Jayo Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Radhe
Jai Radha Damodar Radha Damodar Radhe.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Jayo
Hare.
Radha Damodara Radha Damodara
Jaya
Radhe.
Radha Damodar Radha Damodar Radhe.
Jayo Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan
Jaya Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan Radhe.
Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya
Jaya
Prabhupada
Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Gurudev
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Gurudev, Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Guru Premanande Hari Hari. Thank you, Dattatreya Prabhu, for a wonderfully, presenting Damodara Ashtagam. Nice, thank you. So, thank you, dear devotees. Let's conclude today's session. Thank you so much for joining. Please join every day. This is a wonderful, very auspicious month of Kartik. And this is the way we can always remember the pastimes of the Lord. And that's the prayer that we offering to the Lord. Always your childhood pastimes, this form of the Lord should be always remain in our heart. That's our prayer. No other boons has any value. So thank you so much. Please join. So let's offer our humble prayers to all the assembled Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. Vancha kalpatarusya
Kalpatarubhyasya
Vasindhubheva cha patidana pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Krishna Vrinda ki jai. Shri Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Shri Radha Damodar ji ki jai. Prabhupada ki jai. Ananda Gaudi Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Anande Hare Hare.
Hari Hari Hari
Thank you, Dattatreya Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Such a
Thank you.
pleasure.
Hari
Thank
Bol.
you.
nicely said.
Hari
Thank you
Bol.
so much. Hari
Hari
Bol.
Bol.
Hare
Hari Bol.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hari Bol.
Hare
Hare